everyone, it's Brittany, your gold digger. I'm back with another one. I wanted to talk to you guys about Waitr. I quit yesterday, and it's nothing that nobody did. Everybody was nice. A lot of it had a lot to do with I'm still in the process of getting my cars fixed. This is like a car that I'm borrowing. And my other cars got flooded out here in my town. So I told the supervisor, look, I'm trying to get everything. We're starting from scratch because after the flood, we lost a lot of stuff in the house. We lost both of our vehicles. So I'm in the process of just trying to redo everything. And I thought it was a good opportunity for me to leave while I had good reason, because I had already been kind of thinking about leaving because I just wanted to pursue some other things. And Waitr is like, you are an employee. It is what it is, and you have to work these blocks to schedule. And I kind of don't like being in blocks. I don't like to be, unless it's like 30-minute blocks, 1 hour blocks. I'm not trying to dedicate 2 to 5 hours every day to a company, because sometimes I have things to do. And the way that Waitr operates is that if you don't go into your shift, you have to have evidence of why you didn't go. It's like a job. It's like a real job. It's not like the other app companies. You're an independent contractor, so you're your own boss. So if you don't go to work today, you don't have to tell nobody why. If you want to take off a whole month, a whole year, 2 days here and there, you don't have to ask nobody for permission. You don't have to go through all that. You don't have to have an emergency situation to happen just to take your time off. So I love the company because they started me out good with one work from home. I feel like there was really, besides doing home health, I told y'all before I'm a CNA and I was doing home health, I was just going to people's house, doing baths, and I'm out of there. It was like maybe 15 minutes to hour long visits, and I would do what I had to do when I got there and I would leave. So that was kind of close from me working from home, because I didn't have a real schedule. I can work whenever I wanted to. I still do home health. I work when I want to. Whenever I wake up is when I decide to go. And Waitr really kind of helped boost me out of ever going back to another 9 to 5. So I appreciate the company for what they were there for, and I left on good terms just in case I do have to go back. I always like to keep something open. But I'm ready to be my own boss, and it was scary for me to quit because Waitr is like a safety net. You have your W-2, you don't have to focus that much on taxes. You have somebody telling you when to go to work. Waitr in my town is the busiest app company, so I never had to wonder about, am I going to have a delivery today? Or is it going to be busy? It's going to be slow? Because Waitr, you're always busy. It's a very popular company here. Is more popular than all the other apps. I would say Waitr in my town is number 1, Grubhub number 2, DoorDash number 3, Favor number 4, and Postmates number 5. I haven't did Uber Eats yet. Waitr is a good company. Sometimes there were run-ins with some of the bosses. Because every company, when you work for a job and you're an employee, you're going to run into like bad bosses. So I've run into some bad bosses. Sometimes you would have people that were rude. Sometimes it wouldn't even be the bosses. It would be just like the little employees. They would try to give you a hard time if you post something in the chat room. So that I witnessed some of that, but it may just be in my town. I don't think it's like that everywhere, because I've read reviews in different areas. I've read reviews in different parts of the United States, and some people say that their bosses are really nice. So in my area, I'm in Texas, some of the bosses are nice, and then sometimes you got some people that, I hate to say it, but sometimes they're just like buttholes. But anytime you have a job, you're always gonna you have your good people, and then you have like the people that you just be like, oh, I wish they just was not working today. I don't even want to work on their shift, and things like that. So I just want to come to y'all because I feel like I want to be my own boss. I know I want to have businesses coming soon. It's a lot of studying I'm doing. It's a lot of stuff I'm trying to do online. I'm about to get into transcripting at home and doing data entry, maybe doing a phone job here and there. I've already started doing some mystery shopping. One company that I do is called Call Center QA, and it's a phone mystery shop company, and they pay like $5 per call, and it sounds cheap. I mean, it sounds, you know, like you're not getting paid a lot, but if you do a bunch of those calls, in about an hour, you done made about $25 to $30. And I know it because I've done it before. And so I'm going to be doing some other things, because I don't want to just solely focus on delivery apps, because sometimes you have car problems, sometimes the weather just don't permit, or like in my town we had like a horrible storm, and if people's houses got flooded or the roads are flooded and you really just can't go anywhere, we had roadblocks. It was hard to do any deliveries. So, you know, I want to have a plan B, because when I was looking at my car in the water up to the hood, I was thinking to myself, like, how in the world am I going to continue to do deliveries? So it opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to let me know I need to have something else to do. I do have my home health. You know, I still got to do baths, but that's still me getting my car going and coming. So I want to start really working at home, and I'm going to share some of the jobs that I find and some of the jobs I will be working. I will be doing a bunch of different things. I am the kind of person that like to have several eggs in my basket. I've always been like that. Even before all these work at home gigs, I've always worked multiple jobs. What really made me not want to be an employee no more was the fact that I worked so many jobs. I worked, before I worked at Walgreens overnight, I would work 10 to 8:30. I would get off from that job and go to Sam's and work 9 to 5. I would work a small shift because I was a manager at McDonald's. I would go and work a small shift for McDonald's. And then I would go to sleep. I'll probably get off around 8, go to sleep for about an hour and a half, wake up, get dressed, and go back to Walgreens. So I'm used to working like multiple jobs. And I was younger then. I had a lot more energy, a lot more pep in my step. It did wear me out. I ended up sick. I passed out one day at the register at Walgreens. And when I went to the doctor, he said, you're sleep deprived. And I didn't know it. I was like, well, I'm young. I'm waking up. I'm doing what I got to do. I got all these checks coming in. And that's what really kept me going, was them dang checks. So I'm used to juggling several things at a time. And I would suggest, if you're out here, if you have quit your 9 to 5, I think that driving gigs are the easiest way to quit your 9 to 5. I think it's the easiest way to quit your 9 to 5, because you can ease into it. When I got into doing Waitr, it was a part-time job for me. It was very part-time. So I was able to work a few hours here, work a few hours there, come back, work a few hours here, work a few hours there. And I started cutting down on my patients, started working more doing deliveries. Then I started getting different app companies involved. And then eventually, about a couple of months ago, that's when I was working for 5 home health agencies. So I was doing a bunch of baths a day, and I was just tired of doing baths. So I ended up doing more deliveries than baths, and I was like, oh, I can do this. I can see myself. This is not too bad. So I think that if you are hating your 9 to 5, if you hate any job, okay, any job, not just a 9 to 5, any job, because I was not liking Waitr that much. I didn't like the forced orders. I didn't like some of the schedule blocks they were creating. Sometimes I didn't like the people that I worked with. It was a lot of stuff I didn't like about Waitr, but I hung in there because I'm very loyal. If I start working for a company, I'm pretty loyal, and I'll try to stick with it. So I tried to stick with it as long as I could, but I don't even think, it probably wasn't even the company may have not even been bad. I don't think the company is bad. It's just bad for a person that's trying to become an entrepreneur. It's bad for a person that's trying to say, I want to be the manager of my time. Because I'm the kind of person, I want to wake up and say, do I feel like doing this today, or do I feel like doing something different today? Maybe today I just want to work on my business, and but if I scheduled a block and said, okay, I have to work 20 hours minimum with Waitr, so I have to schedule 20 hours this week, I may wake up and say, I may have a shift at 8 to 12, and I might say, dang, I'm not feeling good today. Now I gotta call the boss, I gotta go to the hospital to show proof that I was actually sick. Like, I just don't want that type of lifestyle anymore. I'm pretty much done with it. And I was afraid to leave Waitr because I knew that once success can be scary, okay? Success can be scary. I'm not saying I'm successful. I've successfully ended 9-to-5 shifts. I've successfully done that. Successfully. But it was scary. Because Waitr is it's not a 9-to-5, but you're in blocks of time. And so if you're the kind of person that don't mind being blocks and times, then Waitr is good for you. But I prefer the other apps where I can just clock in when I feel like it. Even with DoorDash, they want you to be on the schedule. I don't get on their schedule until I feel like it, until I see when I want to work, and then I work it. And so I don't know, Waitr is just not for me no more. I did it for a year. I did what I had to do, and it was nice when I was doing it because it was a different approach to working for me. But now I'm on the verge of trying to transition and kind of work in home and still do deliveries, because I do believe, like, I make good money doing deliveries too. But I want to transition into working at home. And I found a lot of flexible jobs where I'm still making my own schedule. I can wake up every day and say, do I feel like doing this today or not? Those are all the jobs I like. If it's any job that says I have to work 20 hours minimum, I'm bypassing it. I'm bypassing it because I may want to go out of town. I don't feel like, trying to explain to everybody why I want to leave. And, I don't want to get permission as an adult from anybody of what I want to do in my life. If I want to take off a week or two, I want to just take off and not have to explain. And I have to bring notes and all that stuff. I want to be the boss of my own time. And this is getting me closer to my goals. The reason I think I told you in another video, the reason I call myself a goal gigger, and you should too, is because this is getting me closer to my goal of becoming a real boss, a real businesswoman, a real, just being a manager of my time. I'm a manager of my time now, but I'm still, in a sense, you're still trading time for money, because you're out there and you are performing a service. You're picking up stuff and dropping off stuff, so you're performing a service. But I'm ready to just live off of a passive income. So that's what I'm trying to build. So these jobs are helping me get these bills paid, save up some cushion money, and that way one day I'll be able to take less time doing all these gigs and a whole lot more time doing businesses to create a passive income lifestyle. So y'all, I'm gonna talk to you later. Signing off, Gold Gigger.